Hi everyone, I'm Dale Smith, aka Journo Dale, and welcome to our 300th episode of Talking About Canadian Politics. All right, we're here this week with Clare Blackwood, whom I've become a very big fan of. She's an actor, comedian, political satirist, contributor to the Beaverton, and I figured we would talk a little bit about making comedy in the current political moment because
Ooh,
everything right now is a lot. and
that's a good way of putting it.
I figured I'd get a little insight into Claire's process because she's created some really funny Canadian characters at a moment where we don't see a lot of Canadian political comedy. Everything is always geared toward Americans. So I guess where did you kind of see the need for Canada to have this comedic niche filled?
I think it came. I started getting really into late night, specifically during the pandemic. And so I'd watched late night shows before that, but that was when I really started to watch. Like, I got really into Seth Meyers and Colbert and The Daily Show and John Oliver and all that kind of stuff. And I watched them fairly consistently. And it was that kind of just, it threw into stark realization how much Canada needed something like that. I ended up making my own late night show, like 13 episodes during the pandemic when I was going insane alone in my apartment. And it was really fun. And I was just like, it's such a shame that we don't have something like the most we have is 22 minutes, which is its own thing.
Yeah.
I won't comment on it, but like, I think our politics gets so overshadowed, understandably so, by the buffoonery that's going on down south, and it has for years and years and years, because it's just so much down there. But we have a lot to make fun of up here, and we either don't have the resources or the money or the attention to really shine a light on it. And I think we deserve it. We deserve to, like, our politicians deserve to be made fun of a lot.
Yes.
And I think it's just tempering our expectations in terms of, like, you can get a lot of good comedy out of the stuff that happens here. You just have to be a little bit smarter about it, because we're not just being handed softballs like Trump is down in the South.
Yeah. I also have this, sneaking suspicion that there's always this tendency to not to want to offend too badly because everyone's always afraid of, arts funding and so on like that. And much more so
Mm.
up here because we don't have the same kind of, private sector media base in this country. And so I wonder if that kind of tempers the ability to do satire here as well.
I think it can. I think if you're looking at, like, I think we've seen how much our media will sway um, their positions. I am not saying that, like, they're not afraid to critique the government, but, like, I think if in any way you are funded by the government, that's going to change the way that you write about them.
Yeah.
And that's going to change the way that you write about things like the genocide in Gaza. Like, you see, how many pieces have we seen about various different media outlets in Canada, like, squashing down voices, like Palestinian voices and stuff like that, because I'm not trying to be like it's a government conspiracy, but
Yeah.
so I think I've talking to people who have pitched late night shows and stuff like that to the government. It's hard, and I think if we're gonna get one, it's going to come from independent sources. It's not going to come from government funded stuff, because I just and I also don't think it should.
Yeah.
Like, money is great. If the government wants to give me money, amazing. But I highly doubt that they would, given the kind of content that I make.
Yeah, well, which is kind of too bad because satire and comedy is an important part of any political discourse,
It is.
and we should be celebrating that, and rather than just tiptoeing around it.
Yeah, it's a part
Um,
of a healthy democracy.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I think we need to be a little more aware of that, or internalize that a little more.
Yeah.
Because I know you've had pushback too over in your comments about things like if you mildly critique Mark Carney, everyone comes at you for attacking Finance Daddy, and,
Oh my God.
and
Hashtag love you, finance daddy. Yes. He can do no wrong.
But yeah, we get, there is that pushback as well, where even, mild satire
Yeah.
somehow, gets people's backs up in ways that it
Yeah.
shouldn't.
And I mean, to be perfectly honest, as somebody who spent years on Twitter, I'm so used to it that I don't give a shit anymore. I
Yeah.
really don't. Like, there's nothing that people on Blue Sky can say to me that has not been said 1,000 times worse. And so I'm like, if you want to push back again, like, because at the end of the day, my comedy is very tame. I think people lose their minds over shit that I'm like, I don't think you guys understand how much meaner I could be. And it's just,
Yes.
generally not my style. So if you want to lose your shit about, like, my cute little softballs towards Mark Carney critiquing him, then, like, I guess if that's the battle you want to pick, cool, man, go for it. Like, but
Yeah.
we need to be able to criticize our politicians. We elected them. They work for us. It's not the other way around.
Yes. And with that in mind, tell me about some of the characters you've created. The most famous one, of course, is
Mhm.
Mandy, Pierre Poilievre's beleaguered assistant. What was the genesis of Mandy?
Oh my God. I don't even remember. It was a while ago. I like making things that are like on the sidelines. I like imagining characters who are just off screen, of important people. And I just thought, I just like the idea. I think I just was like, you know what? Whoever his personal assistant is just has to hate their life so much, or they're the most soulless evil person. Like, there's one or the other, and one of those
Yeah.
things is more fun than the other one to play. And Mandy's essentially me, but like 150% more. And so she's not a very difficult character for me to play. And I just think the idea of this woman who hates her life so much and is just losing it a little bit more every single time, and her soul dies a little bit more every single time, but she can't get another job, which I also think is very indicative of where we are in society right now.
Yes.
Where she's losing her soul, but she's like, no one will hire me. So I mean, I think most of my comedy just comes from, wouldn't that be funny if somebody hated their job so much, and kind of going from there.
Yeah.
But I love her. She is me.
You've I think one of your most widely shared pieces was the American Governor piece so far. Where did that come from?
I feel like that's it. It didn't take much thinking to get there. It just came from an absolute, this is like flabbergastery of like feelings towards all of the American governors just being like, we don't get it. Like, we're so fun. Why? Come on, guys. We have beaches and beer and all these kind of things. And like, it was just it came out of a place of anger, which a lot of comedy does. And it just comes
Yeah.
out of a place of like, you guys are just missing the point, or you're either missing the point or being deliberately obtuse. And it's probably both. But
Yeah.
like, all of the articles, if they had been like, hey guys, we understand that you could be shipped off to Venezuela or El Salvador, and that really sucks, and we get it, but like, we miss you, come back. That would have been something, but it was just like, woo, why don't you like us anymore? Like,
Yeah.
our president's mean, but come on. And it was just like, come on. And so comedy, I mean, I would say that, my video about that it kind of just wrote itself. Really.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I mean post you're putting that video up, but I think the one that got me the most was one of the New England governors basically saying, like, why are you attacking us by not visiting?
Oh God.
And
Oh my
it
God.
was like
Oh my God.
really Olympic level not getting it.
I really wish that this video weren't so consistently applicable. Like, a lot of my comedy is so based in like moments in time, and it doesn't really, it's very time sensitive.
Yeah.
I wish that one were more time sensitive. I really do. But I feel like every other week I can just be like, here you go again, missing the fucking point.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and one of your most recent characters you're workshopping is Parliamentary Secretary for Mark Carney.
Hmm.
And I've been brainstorming some backstory.
Great. Love it.
She's MP for Toronto Annex Bridle Path or something like that, and her father was probably an MP as well at some point.
Oh yeah, I don't think she's an MP. I think her daddy is someone, and I think this is a job. And she was just like, like, not to
Well,
get too
yeah, if
Alexis
parliamentary
Rose with
secretary,
it,
she needs
but
to be an MP, but one of those who was always in the back benches until she saw her moment with Carney.
yes, yes. And I think she has views towards people who aren't as privileged as her, and I just think like I don't know. I have some tweaking to do with her, and I look forward to developing her. I like the idea of this is just this rich bitch person who, because like the liberals are so. It's truthful in the sense that the liberals are just really bad. They're really bad at assuming that the middle class is the lowest you can go in society, essentially. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like everything they do is for the middle class. And I'm like, y'all, I'm from the middle class. Like, we are not the ones who were suffering the most. Like, let's be perfectly honest. I'm a privileged white girl. Like, yes, I'm an artist and yes, I don't have a lot of money, but still, it's just everything they do is just so geared towards them, and they are just so incapable of you come out like, and Trudeau did this, Carney does this, and it's just like, we understand that the most difficult thing to do right now is to own two houses. And you're like, that's not, what are you talking about? Like,
yes,
that's your election policy? Like, what are you, oh, I'm sorry. Like, oh, we get how it's hard to buy a cottage now in this economy. Like, it's just, I think that's kind of where it came out of, was just this, just blind ignorance towards a lot of the problems that a significant portion of the population has.
yeah.
And so I just like this lady who is just kind of emblematic of all of that.
Yeah, I mean, speaking as someone who grew up in Alberta, I mean, when I hear the
Mm.
stories that they're so hard done by that they can barely afford to gas up their ATVs at their vacation property,
My
it's
God.
like, guys, let's think about this for a minute.
Read the room.
Um, but yeah, so I guess yeah, this reading the room, I guess, is got to be a skill that you as a comedian would really need to hone on, like more than your average person, to kind of capture those moments.
Yeah, and I mean, I credit the Beaverton a lot for my ability to kind of take things in quickly and turn around content. I hate content. Ew, gross. Let's retcon that. But like turn like and create pieces of videos and articles and stuff like that. And more importantly, focus on uh, like punching at the right things,
Yeah.
and finding the right angle to do that is both like effective and funny. And they really help. I mean, I've written for them since late 2018, and they've really made me like a more efficient and a more focused comedy writer.
Hmm.
Because I think the most important thing you can ask yourself when you're doing, whether it's a video, whether it's an article, blah, 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 a blog post, it's like, what is the point of view of this piece? And so much credit to them for, and my background in sketch comedy, which is the exact same thing. It's just
Yeah.
honing in on what the point of view is, who are you punching at, and why. And then you make it funny from there. But that's
Yeah.
the most fun part too.
No, for
And then
sure.
making it wacky and putting on some wigs.
Yeah. Anything you can kind of see on the horizon that you're kind of really itching to tackle from a comedy perspective?
Oh boy. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting on Mark Carney's ass more. I feel like the whole by-election in Alberta kind of took a lot of attention. And but I feel like, yeah, I feel like right now he's the guy to talk about, because Pierre's just still this slimy little dweeb that he's always been, and he's
Yeah.
going to be that slimy little dweeb that he's always been forever until we get rid of him. Like, I have no hope that he's going to change his ways. So I think
No.
like I'll put out my Mandy character every so often because it's easy to do, but I think he's not who we should be focusing on right now, and that's Mark Carney. And as much as you can keep him in line through political satire, I think I'm looking forward to kind of dissecting him a little bit more and watching him because, like, he
Yeah.
hasn't been in charge for a long time, but he's been in charge long enough for me to start having some feelings about him.
Oh, for sure. And the sometimes bewildering lack of political judgment, like we saw with that particular invitation that led to your that
Mm,
led to the introduction of your new character,
oh
I
no,
think
but he's
is
just
ripe
playing the
fertile
long game.
ground.
He's just playing the long game, man. You don't even know. Keep your enemies so close. They're not even your enemies anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm still mad about that. People can fight me. I don't care. I was just such a stunning lack of judgment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I don't know. I think my the thing that caught me was like, what is he going to tell you to do? Like, do more fascism to impress Trump?
That's the thing. I'm like, this man even he's not even in the government.
No.
Like, it's not even like he's sitting, as far as I'm aware. I don't know everything. I don't know a lot of things, to be perfectly honest. I'm a fucking comedian. But, like, I don't think he's sitting in on Trump's, like, economic negotiations with other leaders and with his chief of staff and his vice president. Like, unless I'm very mistaken, I don't think he's doing that. So I'm like, what? What are we doing?
What?
Like, why?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, yeah, and I guess if we were going to close on a little more serious note,
Mm,
one of the things that I kind of go back to was the cartoonist Sergio, and I want to say Antonis, but I don't think that's correct. Right, he used to do for Mad Magazine and so on.
okay.
He did a whole thing at one point on how comedy is essential for defeating fascism because fascists don't like to be made fun of, and it feels
Mm.
like we're kind of in a moment right now in history where this is going to be really important. And I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on kind of the gravity of that.
I think so. I mean, kind of like what I said earlier, where it's just like comedy and satire is necessary for a healthy democracy and a healthy government. And I think it's the reason why the second that you get a fascist government, like in the history of fascism, totalitarianism, blah 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 blah, all of the isms, um, the first things to go are the media.
Yeah.
They go after the cartoonists, they go after the satirists, they go after the journalists, they go after everybody. And you see it in the States. They've defunded like a
NPR.
bunch of NPR, they've defunded a lot of news, things like
Yeah.
that. It's so indicative of how important comedy is and just the free press is in general. Um,
Yeah, and I mean
yeah, and it's so,
the whole
and
thing with
like,
the Late Show too.
well, exactly,
Yeah.
and comedians like this is such an overused phrase, but comedians are good at or supposed to be good at speaking truth to power, and um, they yeah, like you said, like when Kamala was running and they had that brief, beautiful time where they just started calling Republicans weird.
Yes.
And of course, because it was working, the Democrats quickly shut it down because they're just losers. I'm sorry, but something like that, it works. Making fun of these people works until they get too much power and they go, no, thank you, and they squash it. But I think it's so important to keep an eye on how governments treat dissent in the form of comedy
Yeah.
and free press and media.
Yeah. All
And
right.
and when they start talking about, I'm looking at you, Polyev, like when they start talking about defunding it, let's talk about defunding the CBC. I got my gripes with the CBC. I've written for them before. Come at me, CBC. Like, you've got some shit that you need to take care of, but it's also so important. And so when you get people like Polyev
Yeah.
talking about defunding it, I'm like, that's something we need to keep a focus on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I had a really great time,
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll chat at some point in the future.
absolutely. My pleasure.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks.
And that's everything for this week. Thanks again to Claire for the interview. You can check out her channel, which is linked in the description below. Thank you, the viewers, for 300 episodes, especially those of you who support me on Patreon. That helps this channel keep going, as well as my website. Yeah, it's been great doing this, and hopefully we can keep it going for a while longer. I'm Dale Smith. It's at journo_Dale on Twitter and journodale_no_ on Bluesky. And please don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe, and support us on Patreon. Thanks, everyone.